Jackson, you and Capenna really alternating at nickel these first 6 games. Where you guys feel like maybe you've kind of helped better each other? Because it does seem like it's a pretty even snap count right now.
Every week, I just feel like we try and ask each other, like, what could we have done during the game a little bit differently. We'll go back and just try and, see what works best for us, whether it be man coverage or in our zone drops. We try and ask Coach Malone to tell us where to kind of line up a little bit more, I'll start to see stuff and let him know, like, hey, maybe they'll run screens on certain downs, like what I'm seeing during film. I'll come back to the meetings in the afternoon and tell him, like, hey, they tend to do this during these types of downs or during this situation. And Penna will let me know when, my eyes are kind of wandering off during man coverage or zone coverage. And, I just feel like we complement each other so well. But, yeah.
Want to ask you about Buddha a little bit. Obviously he's in front of you at linebacker, but it just seems like his. I asked Goose to it, he started smiling too. So there's something about him you guys seem to like, but it seems like his speed and his athleticism can really be utilized in coverage, and we've seen him take a lot of snaps over the last couple games. Just where have you kind of seen him grow, and maybe what he's able to bring to the table?
Most definitely, he's a great player. His speed is unmatched. I feel like in that box, he's still so young, so it comes with the reps, starting to see all the pulls, all the motions and stuff, what we get to on motions and stuff. But from when he got here in January, or last year, but from January this year to where he's at now, I've seen like tremendous growth, just in his confidence, the way he plays. It also comes with his communication, and every game I just see him getting better and better.
Coach Brown talked last week about how there's something called, I think it's Madden hands. I know he's not your position coach directly, but do you know what that is, or what, or kind of so what is that?
So like, they call it Madden hands, but we basically try and rate each other's like catching ability or speed and stuff, and don't tell them, but I obviously got the 99. But like every week, if you drop one, I did today, so mine probably went down. We'll base it off the ratings, off the film, and we just go from there and just try and give everybody a heads up, like where they're at in that game, kind of, or where you could be.
So it's like Madden, like the video game Madden.
Basically like Madden, and they rate us. I mean, even though it's unfair, like, I kind of give myself my own benefit of the doubt.
So tell me more about, like, who, like, hands out these, like, ratings, and, like, what's the criteria and, like, things like that?
Really, it comes from who sees what happens during the play. So if you see it, you get to get a foot in there and kind of judge. But most of the time, it's really the players who will come in and be like, hey, if you drop one, like, you got a 60 now.
So it's like a rolling thing throughout the season.
Yeah, most definitely. But it's been here since, I think we started it a little late last year. Derek Langford and even the year before that, Jalen Watson, they would always kind of just clown around and be like, all right, hey, you dropped 2 today, so you definitely in the 50s or 40s.
2 other things for you. One, tell me about your teammates and, like, where their ratings are at, and what does that do? Does that help you guys, like, stay engaged, like, as a secondary, or kind of what does that do, like, on the emotional for you guys?
We just want to really, it's just like our little competitive endurance throughout the season. We just want to compete with each other, just to have a healthy competition for real, and kind of build that competitive edge every day, keep it live. Like I said before, I'm going to stay at the 99 for myself. My boy Shaw up there, 99. But Moku and Jay Hicks, they're like a 88.
When you talk about stuff like that, kind of interposition work competition, how does it feel when Coach Dickert says, oh, we're opening up competition at all levels? Does that even light more of a fire under you than it already had been for the first few weeks of the season?
Most definitely. Since we got here and, at the start of this season and this year in January, we knew what type of team we needed to be to win. Definitely had the competitive edge in everything we do. So you guys hear guys like RJ, he'll talk all practice about, like, if he sees you slouching, he'll definitely get on it and make sure, like, hey, you can't be looking like that during a game or even during practice. But throughout the whole practice, I feel like everybody's just so competitive. We always look for things to compete on, whether it be on the field or off. We'll go home, play Madden, and we'll have tournaments from there, and it'll just keep going. Whether we'll get back in the meeting rooms, there's certain people like we try and compete with who can not really watch the most film and forcefully, but who wants to be great, and that's like the biggest question we kind of force to ask ourselves every day.
Where do you think the biggest difference is in this team since the bye week and the areas that you need to kind of turn around?
These past 2 weeks, or since that bye week, I feel like some people got a little complacent with where we were. We saw success and we tasted it, and I feel like we just didn't take advantage of those extra days as best as we could. The week after that, last week, definitely wasn't us. They came out, and I got to give it to them, credit to them. They came out and they wanted it more. They played harder, they played faster, and they finished better. But I feel like we're getting back into the groove of things. We're starting to look like the Cougs again. And, I feel like everything will come to fruition this Saturday. You guys will see the best Cougs you've seen, and I can put that forward.
Do you guys ever disagree on who has the best hands at any certain point in time, or how does that go?
Most definitely. Every day. Today they were trying to get on me because I dropped one earlier, but it's an everyday thing. Whether it be the hands, whether it be your just defensive ability to track the ball and stuff like that. But yeah, we're always honing in and talking about that.